Hello everyone, welcome to Money Nook. So, the question for today is, did you file your income tax return? If you already did, then this video is not for you. If you did not file your income tax return, then you should hurry up because September 30th is the deadline to file your income tax return for the last financial year. On top, the income tax portal is revamped. So, it is completely new from the previous year. So, in this video, I will take you through detailed steps of how to file your own income tax return in the new portal. Let's have a look. As you can see on the screen, this is the new income tax portal. So first let's log in. Once you click login, you are redirected to the login screen where you have to enter your user ID. Usually your PAN number or Aadhaar number is your user ID. So please enter it. Once you enter your user ID, just press continue and then you will be redirected to the next screen where you have to enter your password. In this screen, you can see your PAN number and there is also a secure access message which is usually login. And you have to press tick here in this checkbox to confirm your secure access message. Once you do that, please enter your password. Once you enter your password, press continue. Then you will log into the portal and you can see your personal details on the left side. As you can see, you will be able to see your name, your PAN number, your Aadhaar number, your phone number and your email ID. And on the right side, you can see multiple options out of which you can also select to file your income tax return for the current assessment year. So let's proceed and let's press file now. Once you press this, you are redirected to the income tax return screen. In the income tax return screen, you can select your assessment year. As we are going to file the tax for the last financial year, the assessment year is current assessment year, which is 2021-22. So select this. Once you select this, as you can see, the subsequent fields are disabled as these are not applicable when you are filing your income tax return for the current assessment year. So once you select that, just press continue and then you will be redirected to the next screen where you are given an option to select your mode of filing. You can either select online mode or offline mode. Online mode is recommended, so just select it and press proceed. Once you proceed, you are redirected to the income tax return screen. In this screen, if you have already started filing your income tax return and if you have saved it in draft, then you can check it here and you can resume filing, or you can also start a new filing. Let's start a new filing. So once you click on new filing, you are redirected to the screen where you should select which kind of filing is it. Is it for an individual, HUF or others? Since it is for an individual, let's click on individual and let's continue. Then it is asking you to choose the income tax return form. You have 4 options for individuals: ITR 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are not clear which one is the most suitable form for you, then you can click on help me decide which ITR form is applicable. You can proceed here and you can take an assessment which will tell you which ITR is most suitable for you. To quickly help you decide, let me share my screen. As you can see in the presentation, we have 4 ITRs for different types of income. If you are someone who only has a salary income and only one house and agriculture income less than 5,000 and also have other types of income, then you can choose ITR 1. If on top of all of this, if you have business or professional income, then ITR 4. You can choose ITR 2 if you have any kind of income except business or professional income, and ITR 3 for all types of income. The other types of income, as you can see, are agriculture income more than 5,000, capital gains, foreign assets income, carry forward loss, etc. etc. So based upon your type of income, your sources of income which you have, you can select which ITR form is applicable for you. I have also uploaded a detailed video comparing ITR 1 to ITR 4. If you have any further queries, then you can check it out as well. For the purpose of this video, I am selecting ITR 1 because it is applicable for most of the employees. And it covers your salary income and other income sources such as bank interest, dividends, house rents, etc. etc. But apart from this, if you also have any capital gains or business or professional income, then you have to choose ITR 2, 3 or 4 as is the case for you. Please comment on this video if you want me to upload a video about ITR 2 where apart from the salary and other income and house property, I will also be covering the capital gains part as well. So now I am selecting ITR 1 and I am proceeding with it. So as you can see, there are 3 steps in order to complete this ITR 1 filing. In the first step, you validate your return. So it says that most of the information is already pre-filled. You just need to verify it and validate it. Once you validate it, then you need to confirm it in the second step, and finally you will submit it in the last step. Before getting started, there is a list of documents that you need to have at hand so that your filing becomes faster and easier. Let's quickly have a look at them. The first one is Form 16, then Form 26AS, bank statements, home loan interest certificates, any donations, receipts, rental agreements, and any investments that you have. As you saw on the screen, please have all these documents handy so that it will be easier for you when you are filing your own income tax return. If you are not very clear about where to find your Form 26AS, then I have uploaded a separate video about Form 16 and Form 26AS. You can check it out. And Form 16 is issued to you by your employer. These two forms are needed in order for you to file this income tax return. So let's just get started. Now it is asking why you are filing your income tax return. For most of us, it is because our taxable income is more than the basic exemption limit. So I'm just selecting this, but if any other region is applicable for you, then you can select that as well. Let's continue. Now it has a pop-up saying that most of the information is pre-filled in the return, so you have to confirm these details. As I said earlier, most of the details are pre-filled, but in case if any of the details are missing in your particular case, then you can have a look at your Form 16 and Form 26AS and enter those details as well. Okay. So again, this first step is divided into 5 sub-steps. The first one is your personal information, then gross total income, then total deductions, taxes paid, and total tax liability. So as you can see below, once you complete the first step, then only you can move on to the next step. So first, let's get started with our personal information validation. So in this section, you will have your profile where your name, your PAN number, your date of birth, Aadhaar number are present, and these details are not changeable because they are already linked. Next, you can move on to your contact details where your address, mobile number, and email ID are present. You can edit these details if there is any change. If not, let's move ahead into your employment. In employment, you have options such as central government, state government, PSU, pensioners, others not applicable. So if you are any of this, then you can select them. If you are a private sector employee, then just select others. Now you have to select under which section you are filing this. As you are going to file your income tax return before the due date, just select the first option, which is 139(1). But if you get delayed, then you have to select belated return, or if you have revised return, then you have to select 139(5), etc. Similarly, this return is not filed in response to any income tax query, so you need not select this, but if it is applicable, then you have to select this. Moving on, it is asking which regime are you opting. Are you opting for the new tax regime? You can select yes or no based upon your choice. So I have uploaded a separate video about old tax regime versus new tax regime, which will help you to determine which is best for you. In which regime will you pay lesser taxes? Please have a look at the video before making this decision. Now let's assume that you are proceeding with the old tax regime. So I'll select old tax regime in this particular case. As I'm going with the old tax regime, I have selected no. If you opt for the new tax regime, which is section 115 BAC, then you have to select yes. So let's move ahead. Then you have to fill your bank details, because in case if you have an income tax refund, then it will get debited into this account. Once you ensure that your bank details are filled or they are correct, then you can confirm this. Let's confirm. Now you can move on to the next step, which is your gross total income. As you can see, it says that my gross total income is 165 rupees, which is not true. So it means that some information from my gross total income is missing in this portal, and I have to enter this. For this, the best way to do is start off with your Form 16. So let's first check our gross total income tab. As you can see in the gross total income, first there are few questions about salary exemptions. Usually your house rent allowance, leave travel allowance, and other allowances which are provided because you are a salaried employee come here. So if you are claiming any of these allowances, then you can press yes. Let's say if you are claiming your house rent allowance, so just press yes and add your house rent allowance claim. If you are not clear about how to calculate your house rent allowance, then I have provided a link in the description to the ClearTax website. You can refer that calculator and then calculate how much is your house rent allowance. Let's say for the sake of simplicity it is 50,000, then just put 50,000. And I'm assuming that there are no any other allowances such as leave travel allowance, special compensation, children education, hostel allowance, etc. etc. So then just continue. Now once you press continue, then you will have a summary of your income from your salary head. and it is also showing errors that your gross salary is less than what is shown in schedule TDS1, etc, etc. So let's just edit out, because obviously my salary details did not come through this in this form. So I'm just editing it out. To edit this out, I'll use my form 16 as a reference. So this is my form 16. As you can see, your form 16 and income tax return are similar, and you can just enter the details. For example, here you have gross salary under section 17, then perquisites, etc, etc, and the same sections are present in your income tax also. So just copy this information. The total salary is 20,46,347. So just enter 20,46,347. Then value of perquisites, it is 20,539. So just enter 20,539. Then there is no profit in lieu of salary, so it's 0 here. So I have compared it with this form and it is same to same. Now here the second section is again allowances which are exempt under section 10, and here also it contains a list of exemptions. In the form 16 there are none of the exemptions that are captured, whereas here I have entered that I am claiming a tax exemption of 50,000 rupees for house rent allowance. If you have not submitted your exemptions or your deductions to your company, then they will not be entered in form 16. But that is okay. If you did not submit in time, then you can directly enter those details in your final income tax return. So in this particular example as well, this person did not submit the proofs for house rent allowance, etc, etc, when the company has asked for them. So those are not reflected in the form 16, but since the person is able to get the proofs now, he or she has included it in the final income tax return. You can do that as well. So considering these the salary income and the exemption allowances, the net salary is coming 20,16,886, whereas in form 16 the net salary is 20,66,000. There is a difference of 50,000 because, as I said earlier, the house rent allowance is not a part of form 16, whereas it is entered into the final income tax return, and it is perfectly okay if you are not able to furnish some proof during your form 16 but are able to do it for your final income tax return. So let's move ahead. Now number 4 is total deductions, and under this we have a standard deductions which is provided for every employee, and it is 50,000 rupees, so that is present. There is no entertainment allowance. Then the professional tax, you can again check from your form 16. The employment tax is 2,400 rupees, which is a deduction that you can claim. So just enter 2,400. Once you enter, your total income chargeable under the head of salaries become 19,64,486. So just save it. Now moving on to the second head of salary, which is income from house property. If you have any income that you are getting from house property, or if you need to enter any other details regarding house property, then you can enter it here. Since it is not applicable in this particular example, I am just skipping it and moving on to income from other sources. As you can see, a dividend income of 165 is already pre-filled. Let's say you have other income other than your dividend income, then you can add another type of income here. So let's click add another. Then as you can see, you can enter details if you have any income from savings bank account, post office, cooperative society, family pension, interest from income tax refund, anything else, and again dividend income for different quarters as well. So let's assume you have a savings bank interest of 5,000 rupees. So just enter 5,000 here, and let's also assume you have a dividend income of 2,000 rupees again in between 16 September to 15 December. So just enter 2,000 here and press continue. So once you do this, as you can see, your income from other sources changed from 165 to 7,165 rupees. And your gross total income now is 19,71,651. On top of this, if you have any other income which is already exempted, then you can enter the details here. For example, let's see, if you have an agriculture income which is less than or equal to 5,000, or let's say you have withdrawn statutory provident fund, superannuation fund, any scholarships, any award instituted by the government, then all of these are tax exempted, and you can select the section applicable and enter the amount as well. Then this will be a part of your total income, but obviously this will be tax exempted. Since it is not applicable in this current example, I am just moving back. So the final income in this case is 19,71,000. Just confirm here. Once you confirm, then you have completed the second section as well, and you can move on to the total deductions. Before moving on to total deductions, just wanted to highlight here, as you saw in the gross total income, we have seen three types of income. First is salary income, the next is house property income, and the last one is income from other sources. Apart from these three, there are other two recognized heads of income in the income tax. Fourth one is your income from capital gains. If you sell a property, or let's say you sold shares or gold, and if you have gained profit out of it, then it is income from your capital gains. And the fifth one is income from your business or profession. If you are a businessman, or if you are a practicing doctor, chartered accountant, etc., then you will have professional income or business income. So these two heads of property are also recognized under income tax, but they are not present in ITR 1. If you have income from these two heads of property, then you have to select the other ITR forms, ITR 2, 3 or 4, as is applicable for your particular case. Now let's move on to the total deductions. As the name suggests, the total deductions can be deducted from any source of income. Let me explain it in a more simple way. For example, you have a house rent allowance. You can deduct your house rent allowance only if you are a salaried employee. Similarly, let's say you have gained profit from capital gains. Then you can deduct that, or you can offset it only if you have capital losses. So some exemptions can only be claimed against certain types of income, whereas this total deductions which we are about to see can be offset against any type of income. So let's quickly have a look at them. Total deductions, as you can see on the deduction screen, it is asking you if you are eligible to claim any deduction for donation claim, scientific research or rural development, ATGG or public provident fund, 5-year tax saver fixed deposit, etc., etc. So let's say PPF is applicable, then just select yes here and enter the amount. Let's say it is 1.5 lakhs, just enter it. Similarly, you can select whatever is applicable for you among all these sections and enter the details. You can also refer your form 16 for this, because form 16 also contain all these deductions. As you can see, the serial number 10 is about deductions under chapter 6A, where you have all these deductions mentioned. So you can directly pick the values from form 16 and enter there. But again, as I explained earlier, if you did some tax saving investment or tax saving expense, but you did not submit the proof of it to your company, then obviously it will not be present in form 16. But that is still okay. You can claim it in your income tax return. So in this particular case, let's say in section 80D, medical insurance is taken by this person for 15,000 rupees. Then just press yes here and you have to fill your schedule 80D in the next screen. So once you check all these boxes and if you have any deduction types, then just put a tick mark here and enter your exception amount. If not, just let's move on to the next screen. So once I press continue here, as you can see, now here I get ATC and ATD, because these are the only two deductions I have claimed from the previous screen. So for ATC, the amount is already entered, which is 1.5 lakhs, whereas for ATD, the amount of expenditure is not entered. So let's just edit it out. So ATD is for your healthcare. So the first question here is whether you or any of your family member is a senior citizen. Not claiming. If you are not claiming, just put not claiming. If you are claiming and if you or your family is a senior citizen, then yes. If not, no. The question is very specific here because the exemption limit is higher for senior citizen. Let's say it's no, and you have spent 10,000 rupees for your health insurance. Just enter it here, and you did not have any preventive health checkup, but if you did, you can enter the value here as well. Then moving on to the second question, it is asking whether any of you or parents is a senior citizen. Again, it is because senior citizens will have higher limit. Let's say not claiming for parents, then everything will be deactivated. But let's say if you have paid for health insurance of your parents and they are a senior citizen, then just press yes and you can enter the limit. Enter the amount that you have paid. Let's say it's 5,000, then just pay 5,000. Put 5,000 and just save it. So assume that you have paid 15,000 rupees for your health insurance. Then the total exemptions that you are going to claim are 1.65 lakhs. Here a warning is written that the exemptions are not matching with your form 16. Please re-verify. that is still okay, because as you can see in the form 16, only PPF exemption is claimed and the income tax deduction for your medical insurance is not claimed. But since you have taken it, just proceed with it. Just press confirm. Once you press confirm, you can see your total deductions, which is 1.65 lakhs. Now moving on to the next section, which is tax paid. So this contains the details about the taxes which you already paid. Let's have a look. As you can see, the details of taxes deducted as salary income or any other income than salary, etc. are already furnished here. And in this particular case, it is 3.7 lakhs for salary income. If you have any other tax that is already deducted but which is not present here, then you can enter the details as well. And the source to check that is your form 26AS. Your form 26AS contains the details of all the taxes that are deducted on your behalf or deducted by you. So you can cross check your tax deducted which is reflected in your income tax return with this. And if you have any other deductor apart from what is present here, or if you have an additional deduction amount, then you have to enter the details. You have to press show details and you can enter your other deductor as well. In this particular case, let's assume that this is the only deductor, then let's just confirm this. So once you confirm, then you'll move on to the final section, which is your total tax liability. Let's just have a look at it. As you can see, your total income and deductions are summarized here, and your total income which is taxable is 18 lakhs, and the tax that needs to be paid is 3.5 lakhs on this, and including health and education cess, it becomes 3.69 lakhs. And there are no other reliefs that are applicable here. So the total tax that needs to be paid is 3.69 lakhs. Just confirm it. And once you do this, you have completed all the 5 sections. So just let's proceed to the next step. In the next step, you need to just confirm your return and the summary. Here again, you will have details about your total income deductions and the taxable income and the tax that needs to be paid. You will also see the total tax that is already paid is 3.7 lakhs here, which is higher than the tax that needs to be paid. So you will get a refund on your tax. If there is any shortfall here, then you need to pay the tax to income tax department. So since you get a refund, let's just proceed and preview your return. The place from which you are doing this is present here in terms of coordinates, and you just need to confirm, and in order to confirm, you just need to put a check mark. If you have any chartered accountant or anyone else filing the return on your behalf, then you have to give their TRP identification number as well here. Now let's proceed. Then you can just preview and submit your return. All the details that you have given about your general information, your income details, your deductions, etc. are already furnished in this form, and it will look very similar to your form 16. After form 16, if you have done any other tax saving investments or expenses, then obviously they will be reflected on top of it here. And if you have any other sources of income apart from salary income which are not reflected there, will also get reflected here. So you can just validate this form, and finally you can just proceed with your validation. So we just saw how to file your own income tax return. So don't wait for 30th of September and rush in the last minute. Just go ahead and file your income tax return. If you find the content in this video useful, please like this video and comment on it. Also share it with your friends and family, and please subscribe to Money Nook. Thank you and bye-bye.